Hello, welcome back to Rangers Radio. Join on the show, we've got AK and Allbear. Good afternoon, boys. How you doing? How did you enjoy that?
All right, mate. I enjoyed that. Right, you go.
Hi, Nibart. Hi, Port. Hi, Allbear. Hi, everybody, and Happy New Year to you all, first and foremost. Happy with the result, happy with the win.
Aye, on a poignant day, guys. I thought it was a workman-like performance. I think we had a spell in the first half where we flattered to deceive. Some nice football, and it all took just before the second half. Apart from the only shot I could really think on that got close was when Dessers turned in the box and hit the bottom of the post. I think that's the only clear chance he sort of made for himself. AK.
Well, Dessers, it was one of the days. It was we've got an unforgiving crowd there at Ibrox, and they're looking for a right response. See, if anything about Dessers, you've got to he's still got the smile on the face, and he's willing to put in the work and the effort and that. But the quality's no there as far as what the finishing is concerned. But to be fair to the big man, he's picked himself up. He's put in a great through ball for our opening goal. And he's doing a shift for the team because, let's be honest, the manager's not got much options up there as it is anyway. So he's willing to still put himself out there for the cause. And, we've got to use him whether we like it or not and get ourselves through game by game, as the season progresses.
Allbear?
First and foremost, I'm absolutely, utterly delighted with the result. Delighted, mate, as you are. I know you're, mate. The thing that's really satisfying is the reaction of the team after what happened at the weekend. Fantastic, mate. Fantastic attitude. I thought the first half, apart that shot that Dessers had, was probably the only shot. I thought we handled the game well. We overplayed the ball a wee bit, but that's to be expected. You know what I mean? It's people trying to show that their commitment's still there and blah blah blah. But no, I was quite happy with it, mate. I'm really, really happy with it. I like the way they went about their business. I really did, mate. They didn't let us the chance that Kilmarnock got, for example, they didn't let that get to them. They just dusted themselves in and get back on with it. So I am delighted, mate. Absolutely delighted.
Agreed, mate. You asked for it in the first half of the show. Allbear, you asked for people to step up and score goals today. If you look at that today, we've got 3 different goal scorers for 3 different positions. So Dessers, as much as I agree with Alec, I think that Dessers put a cracking shift in, chased everything, always does. That's back to the halfway line at times and sits on there, the number 6 to make sure nothing's coming through him. I think the guy puts a power of work in. So sometimes I can let go if he's not scoring, but as long as other people like McCausland and Seaman and Cap Melody, who, basically fired us to an easy win, didn't they? And they end up. But if other people are scoring in the team, Allbear, you got to be happy, haven't you?
Absolutely, mate. We're saying that earlier on. We ran through the team saying who can all score, and there's 3 of them scored. So there's nothing to complain about there. And 3 good goals as well, mate. Let's be honest about it. 3 good goals. I am happy, mate. With McCausland, I pointed him out at the beginning to say he needs to be more effective in a game, and he was effective today. That's what you call contributing properly again, mate. His covering was good, no brilliant, but good. His goal was superb, mate. He's causing teams problems now. They have to deal with him instead of just saying, "Oh, he's over there. We'll go over when the ball is over there." They really need to watch him. They need to keep an eye on him because he is a dangerous wee player. If he plays like that and is as effective as that, so for him, I'm happy, really happy. Big Dessers is Big Dessers, no? I mean, the quality for scoring's no there, but you can't deny his effort, his work rate, his commitment. He's there, mate. Yeah, he's absolutely there, but it's the quality we're after to put the ball in the net. He's just simply no good at that. It's not good enough for that. He can do it, but he's not good enough. He's no clinical enough. Aye, Seamers, he wasn't in the game right up until the game. The goal he scored. Yeah. I mean, he's a strange player, isn't he? He's a strange boy, isn't he? He just looks, if he's never played football before, and then he does that. Just sit down, call it a chest. Just sit down and turns the ball. It's unbelievable, mate. Some goal.
Alec, what were you with 3 scorers a day, contribution-wise?
Aye, fantastic contribution. I mean, Dessers is obviously going to be the kind of talking point amongst the Rangers support, and we know why. On the back of last the game at the weekend there, but to be fair to him, he is contributing in the fact that he's setting up the goal for McCausland. He's always busy with the back line of the Kilmarnock team, which helps the movement of the forward line that's kind of behind him with Seaman, McCausland and Cantwell, and happens to be all three of them are scoring. So he is contributing to the team. And that augurs well for the team. I thought that Dow put in a good shift there today next to Lundstrom. A wee bit surprised Sterling was rested, but I can see the reasoning why. At the end of the day, result, a win, and then we can dust ourselves down, get a January bet, hopefully get the kind of strikers we're looking for, and then look to push on the second half of the season.
Aye, I agree, mate. I agree. Just when you mentioned Cyril Dessers' pick out for McCausland, mate, I think that's probably pass of the game. I think it's taking out their whole midfield, and he's under defence. He's come away to the wide left position in Seaman's position. Dessers, he's kept the ball in, and he's whipped it right into the inside right channel. Perfect for McCausland, perfectly weighted, and the wee one finishes like it is. As you said, I think a lot of criticism comes because his goal scoring ability in front of goal. But if he's going to contribute like that, guys, and bring in other people into play and be an assist, I guess going to assist goals, I think he's got a part to play in this season, because I can't see he's getting rid of him, just to be honest. Albert?
Who's this McCausland you're talking about?
No, Seamus, sorry, Dessers' pass. No, Dessers' pass.
Oh, Dessers. Dessers' pass is superb, man. I mean, I know the bounce before it got to him, it took the defender out, but he did see the pass. Whether that pass was meant to bounce before the defender, well, that's debatable, isn't it? But that doesn't matter. But he did see the pass. That's the thing about it. That's a football brain there, sees the pass. You get some players out in that position don't see the pass, so he'll never attempt to make it. So it gets to McCausland, and the wee man just catches up with the ball, one touch, bang, bottom corner. It's just, you see, if you're watching that English Premiership or any league in Europe or in the world, good forwards just do that. I mean, it's just so natural to them today, and that's what McCausland done today. Just looked natural to him, and it was superb, absolutely superb. Got us started, got us on our way.
Yep, 2 goals in 3 minutes. Obviously, the move up to Seaman's goal, and I thought Cantwell was going to miss his chance up because he runs right across Seaman, and I think that for me makes the chance more difficult. As you said, Albert takes it down and then on the volley, bang! What a finish, AK.
Aye, it was, mate. It was. As you say, that Cantwell running across him, he's probably expecting Cantwell to receive the ball there in the cell because the pace at Golson's got a bit behind it, but the fact that with the chest, he chests it up in the air, the defender's lost where the ball is, the movement off of Seaman to get round and then dispatch the volley past the keeper without him basically seeing it as well. It was a fantastic piece of football with Seaman. Up until then, would you have been surprised if he got hooked? Before the goal? No, because he was very ineffective. I thought his mind was elsewhere with the African Cup of Nations, but to be fair, the big man showed a bit of class here and 2-0 and happy days, innit?
Yep, indeed. So we get up to that
goal, Port, I was screaming to get him off. I'm saying, "What are you up to, man? You're just not in this game. He couldn't control the ball. He couldn't get by anybody. He couldn't pass the ball." And I'm saying to myself, "What's happening here?" A strange player. It gets that ball in the middle of the goal, in the middle of the 18-yard line. Chesty, all right. He's trying to bring it under control. It sort of bounced off his chest. But to keep going and catch it on the volley and put it in the top corner, superb goal, superb. Strange player, but anyway, sorry, mate, interrupted.
Aye, no, you're right, mate. You're absolutely right, and he's caught it on the stretch as well, which is again to get the power and the accuracy on it, mate, is a cracking finish. So getting to half time, we come out, and then John Beaton sort of gets his wee sort of say in the game, and there was a penalty after a VAR check on Souttar's handball. Is it soft, guys, or is it a definite penalty all day long in your eyes, AK?
For me, mate, I'm looking for a penalty if that's happening against us. It's just with the whole VAR rule, you know, you can't go in there and slide. I know Tom Miller's saying in commentary that you can't help but have your horn out there, but you know what the VAR's like, it's going to pick up. We know the narrative that's getting spread about, it's been there for long enough. And as Fox said, I'm gutted because we didn't beat Barcelona's record, they no conceding a penalty by 80. But nah, for me it was a penalty. You've got to admit it.
Will be yourself, Albert?
Never a penalty, mate. Never a penalty. Conspiracy, mate. Put it in Sunday there. What do you call him? Colum. He didn't even switch VAR on. It wasn't even on. So I'm hoping to give it switched on today. Never a penalty, mate. It's soft, but I'm sick of that Kilmarnock getting penalties like that against us. It's crap. I mean, I'm sick of it. I mean, that's 5 years ago. I think they scored one, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm on the fence, but I think it's soft. I'm going to say I think it's soft, and the reason I think it's soft is because where else is he meant to put that arm when he's sliding in? It's just part of your movement of your body. When to me, it wasn't up. His arm wasn't up. His arm was down as close to the silhouette of his body, if you want to say. So for me, I don't know. I think it was soft, and obviously for them to ask Beaton to go to the screen, they weren't sure in the VAR room either. So I think that's where there's a bit of doubt cast on me.
I mean, what's going to happen now? I mean, that Beaton doesn't know what he's actually done. All the moon howlers have got nothing to howl at now. What's going to happen now? Rangers have never conceded back-to-back penalties in their history or something. What are they going to come up with now? First it was we get too many penalties, penalty Rangers. Then that mob across the city get more penalties. Oh, we need to change the narrative. Oh, they've never had a penalty against them. No, we had a penalty against us. What is it next now? Their shoes are too shiny, or their grass is too green, or what's happening?
Anyway. I was going to say to you too, he's put a new spin on it, and we were going to concede a penalty. I mean, this narrative was just a spin one. See if he'd knocked that back again, it would have been all the headlines. The more we liked it, no. So, like, but listen here, when Gerrard concede a penalty when we're 2-0 up, or would Gerrard concede a penalty when it's nothing each in the 90th minute? You know what I mean? Get it our way. If they've done us a favour there, actually. Put it to bed and then let's carry on. Put all this conspiracy rubbish to bed as far as we're concerned, and let's go on with the game. That's how I seen it.
Agreed, mate, agreed. Just after that, they get the penalty. Obviously, Armstrong strokes it away, sending Butland the wrong way. And then minutes later, Catmull steps up with a lovely move and a lovely assist for a guy that we spoke about first half, Albert. And I gave him man of match in my opinion, and it was Ridvan Yilmaz. Great.
That's his best. Oh, it was, mate. It was, and it was about 2 minutes after they get the penalty. Aye, it was excellent timing as well. But Ridvan, we mentioned it. I never mentioned Maton in the first half. He did an excellent game. That's his best game in the Rangers jersey by a distance, mate. Excellent game. He had some bad touches. He's frustrating at times because he does some brilliant things, then some rubbish things. But you get in about it, and I like that idea of that inverted, bringing him right inside, because it threw McInnes. That threw McInnes' tactics. That just buggered him right up. And it was excellent, mate. And he had a great game. Campbell's goal took it well. He took it well, mate. We've been screaming about long enough that to players to get across the defenders. There you are. Look what happens when you get across the defenders. You get tap-ins.
Exactly, AK.
Yeah, I agree with that. Aye. It's probably an area where you would expect Dessers to be right enough, but to be fair to Cadwell, he sees the wee man's making the byline and he's there to put the ball away. So no, in last couple of games, I thought Yilmaz has played really well. Who knows whether he's got a future at Ibrox or whether he's just putting himself in the shop window for somebody else. We bit expected with Doig and that. We're possibly looking at him. So Barisic is now free to sign with our club now, isn't he? He leaves at the end of the season, according to his contract. So
I'll provide the pen. Anyway, sorry, Alec, go for it.
Oh, no, I was just about finishing up there. Yilmaz played well today. I thought McCausland was my man of the match today, but I wouldn't disagree with Yilmaz either.
I agree with both sentiments. Alec, I think McCausland, for me, at his best game in a Rangers shirt for me. What I like to see in the second half, which I didn't see in the first half, I've not seen before in these games, was his tracking back. And I think any good winger worth his salt nowadays, whether you're starting football or you're in the middle of your footballing career or the end of it, you have to track back and help your right back, because I think he's caused over the numbers of weeks, I think he's not given our captain to have a lot of cover. And a lot of times I've seen teams double up on us and Tav can't get forward because of it, etc. But the wee man, the second half was outstanding, and he always his goal contribution in the first half. So I agree, it was close, but I gave it to Ridvan because I thought the wee man was solid, and see that fact not only can go outside and play beyond the other side of Seema, he can come inside, which we've seen him doing a lot today, and make an extra man in midfield, because when they were sitting back, why do we need him either sitting back with the two centre backs, go in midfield and get involved, or go and get wide and get round Seema and provide assists. Albert?
Absolutely. I mean, the big thing is the day with Ridvan is he nullified that Armstrong completely, because let's be honest, he's a dangerous wee player. He just totally took him right out of the game, which was excellent, mate. Wee McCausland, I agree with McCausland, tracking back, especially the second half, super. Done a whole game, but especially in the second half when he got right back and caught that guy, he took the ball off him and then started back up the wing again. Superb play, mate. This is what we're looking at. This is what Clement's talking about. There's times you've just got to dig in, and that's the moments. That's when you've got to dig in. You just don't give up. That's why I don't like Lundstrom and Tavernier and Golkson, because they switch off at times. They didn't in the day. Well, we did twice, but they didn't count. They can switch off at times. Just yourself, at that level, if you switch off a couple of seconds, it can cost you. It can cost you very quickly. It can cost you. But the wee man, he's tend to let the guy drift off him in the first half, but not in the second half. He started really tracking back in the second half. And a great game, wee boy. And the thing is, he deserves his place in the team. That's the good thing about it. It's no like, we're getting him out because we've not got players to put in there. The wee man is the first team choice now. He deserves that right wing. And if whoever's going to take it off him, it better be something special, really special.
I agree. Hey lads, we're going to get these phone lines open and let's hear what the troops have got to say. So let's listen to you guys.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
So we're saying it's McCausland's place to lost now, AK?
As for me, mate, all bears right there. I mean, at our club, reward a player when they're playing well. Keep them in the team until they start losing form, or they've lost, fund themselves out of the team through injury or suspension or that. We've been rewarding too many players over the years of keeping them in the team regardless, what's coming behind them. Sometimes the injury situations, we have to play with certain players because the backup player is injured. So no, the wee man definitely deserves his starting place. And when you look at that bench now and the players that come on, the quality that come on, there's going to be competition for places up there. So, but let the wee man grow and and see what he brings to the team. There will be occasions where Clement will take him out. It's for his own good, sort of thing, and learn off the players round about him. But at this moment in time, it's his jersey to lose for me.
Well, you see, you've done that with Stirling today. AK, basically, Stirling's been playing a lot of games in the last few weeks. Come into the cold, come into nowhere, in a new position. So I think it's about managing their time in it as young players. Because you don't want to get them bummed out, you don't want them knackered, you don't want them getting injured. So I get sensible. And sometimes when you're getting taken out, it's not for a negative reason. Sometimes you get taken out to watch for the sidelines because maybe you're not understanding what the manager or the coach is telling you during the week, but you see it in a match day and you see what was expected to you. And Fabio will find that out as well. He came in for the cold today as well, didn't he? at times he was playing the same sort of role as Cartmel and forgetting he was told to go up front and be the number 9 focal point when Dessers come off. But I think it was, we touched on it, Eric, I think it was great to see Raskin coming back, Fabio coming off the bench, real quality, like you said, mate, on the bench as well, and I think that's been long overdue for us. AK?
Aye, absolutely, mate. I mean, don't forget you've still got your man Ryan Jack there as well, and competition for places is a good thing for Kilmarnock. That's what he's looking for. So it's another game ticked off. It's not the place where we want to be, but we've gave ourselves an opportunity. Let's face it, he came in when our confidence was low. We were 8 points adrift. But now we've got a trophy in the bag. We've got Europe to look forward to, Christmas. We've got a transfer window. Hopefully, he can get the strikers in that we need, because a certain Mr. Shanklin scored again today for the Hearts. And for me, that's the guy that we need to go and get. He's a proven goal scorer, and that's what we certainly need up front there.
Albert?
Aye, it's. I'll start with Jack, because you mentioned Jack. You're right. We need Jack because we need somebody to hold the jackets. Know what I mean? Because that's all he's good for, right? Sterling's a superb player, mate. An absolute superb player. We really need to, going forward in the future, we really need to hold on to this boy and find a place in the team, like a number 1 start. At the moment, he's sort of covering midfield, but Ox said it the other day, and I agree with him. He could be we've uncovered a wee diamond here. Because he is a superb player, mate. I like everything about that boy. But we need to find his position, and we need to say, right, he is the man we're going to build the team around. Whether that's at right back or whether it's midfield, I don't know. But whatever it is, you need to get him in the team. I like him a lot. I do like him a lot.
I heard Oxford mention it the other night when he's were on, mate. I heard them saying, could this be like a Fernando Rickson moment? And I'll tell you, see his first touch when he came off the bench today, when he done the pirouette in the middle of the field. That's a right back, a guy that shouldn't really have that sort of skill, but his confidence is obviously there. He's feeling that he can act like Zidane in there, and do that pirouette around the ball. And I do like the boy. I think he brings physicality. I think he's got touch. He's quick, with his feet. Has he got to learn that position? Definitely, because he's a defender. That's what he came as. But it's not saying he can't play there. I think, like you, Albert, I think that boy deserves a place in the team and definitely in the squad. AK?
I agree with both. He's not going to learn. He's not going to learn much for the sidelines, isn't he? He'll obviously he'll look at the players that had the jersey in there at the time, and it was Raskin, Lundstrom, Jack, guys like that. But he'll bring his own bit to it, and when he's in the team, he's going to try and impress as much as he can. He'll try and develop his game as much as he can, but more importantly, he's playing for the team. He's not playing as an individual, and he realises the importance that position brings to the team.
Do you have a bit of caller? Do you have Robert? How you doing, Robert?
Evening, Port. Evening, Albert. Evening, AK.
Hi, Robert.
Hi, Robert. Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year, boys. Hope you had a good one.
What do you think of that then, Robert? How was he? Who stood out for you, and what do you think of the game, mate?
I thought it was a perfect response, to be honest with you, mate. We started off, obviously, the way we finished the game at Part2 the other week. So, good response from my boys. I thought they were putting a good effort. Yilmaz stood out for me, in my opinion, quite deserved man of the match. McCausland took his goal well, and Dessers, as I heard you saying there, he walks his corner pretty well, and if he's not getting the goals, you need that from him, and he's certainly done that today. So overall, a good performance, a good response, and now into the break and get some boys in the door and he's back from fitness from injury.
What did you think of that actual Red Vans game? Was that his best game in the Rangers jersey for you, Robert?
I'd probably say so, mate. It's quite ironic that there's been speculation about a left back coming in potentially. So I just say, is he putting his name up for sale, or is he trying to knuckle down a place in the team? And hopefully he's knuckling down and getting on and gets the starts that he deserves and has a future at the club. I think he's a good player, and we saw that today. His quality coming inside as well. and just going outside the seam, I was quite impressive, quite comfortable on the ball. I know he had just kind of moments where he kind of gives the ball away and stuff, but overall a good performance from him, and probably his best in a jersey yet. But we needed that from him. Needed it from all players in the park, obviously, after the weekend, to get that response and kick on from that.
I agree, mate. I agree. As I said, we touched on it in the first half of the show, mate, myself and Albert. And we sort of mentioned him because we've seen him sort of grow in these performances. And what I was touching on was the more he plays, that match sharpness comes, that first touch comes, the confidence keeps rising. And I tell you, it takes a lot for a fullback to go in to that inverted position, because you watch Man City doing it, their fullbacks do it with absolute comfort. But it's a totally different game in the middle of that part because everyone's quicker. You don't get as much time in the ball. There's people snapping at your heels constantly. And he does show absolute composure for me when he gets into that inverted role as well, and even when he bombs forward and goes links up with the forward line. So I'm excited to see him going forward, and I hope it turns out that he's going to save Rangers a lot of money, going out and looking for another left back, a first teamer, because that's obviously I've been on the show and it's need on all my platforms we speak on. I'm a big advocate for Josh Doig, but if Ridvan can continue in the form he's in, I think that could be money saved, and we can go and look for number 2 behind Ridvan if Barisic goes. Albert?
Oh, a good litmus test for the wee man is the Denny's they think about Barisic today and saying to yourself, well, we missed Barisic today during that game. I never even give him a second thought. It tells you everything you want to know. The wee man's got the jersey now, and that's it. Maybe he's a bit like McCausland. They've got the jersey, they're playing like that. They deserve it. Take it off me. So whoever's going to take it off the wee man needs to play better than the wee man. And Barisic is not going to be that man. Barisic is not as good as him, and it's a fact, mate. It just is a fact. So I'm more than happy. Whether we don't, but the other, well, you got to remember we're trading model as well, mate. It's not just about buying players we don't need to buy a player now. It's all about selling own players as well. So we've got to watch what we're doing. If that boy's up for sale and you can get him at the right price, at Doing, is it Doing? Doige, sorry, mate.
Yeah.
You've got to take the chance and say, right, we'll bring him in, and the understanding that we're going to have to let players go as well. We need to sell players as well. So you might bring him back in and then sell him on for more money, maybe a year, 2 years down the line. But if Ridvan, don't get me wrong, Ridvan plays like that, and you've got to remember, a lot of the Turkey teams are dying to get this boy back into Turkey. I think there's at 5 million about him. Playing like that, he's a £7 or £8 million player. Definitely. No doubt about it, if not more.
I agree, mate. I agree. It's definitely potential in that form. I'm going to ask for more calls again. Let's hear from you, troops.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right, we've got a question from our AK. On you go, mate. The floor's yours.
It's just for the panel and the listeners if they want to come in and give your thoughts on it. But as regard to the left back position now that we're talking about with Yilmaz and Barisic, when you're talking to international left backs here, it's a position of the team that you probably say is one of our strongest. Should we really be looking at a player like Doig when we're crying out for a centre forward up front? Is that not a priority right now? And then we can maybe bring Doig in the summertime.
I'll go first. I'm greedy, mate. I want both. I want 3, Alec. I want 3 in January. I want 3 this window. I think we need 3. I would like to see, like you're saying, a goal scorer, left back cover, because I think Barisic should be told he's finished and we try and move him on, try and get something for him. And I want a midfielder. I want a midfielder that's box to box, number 8 type, that, like Albert, you touched on in the first half.
Yep.
Somebody with creativity. Somebody that goes and joins in with, goes beyond the striker and joins in with creating chances. AK? Sorry, Albert.
I know the type of player. What I'm looking for a midfielder is a midfielder that can control the midfield. A playmaker, mate. Control the pace, can control the passing, and sees passes, can short, long, medium, doesn't matter. A proper midfielder can see the pitch in front of him. That's what I'm looking for a midfielder. Left back one is if you've got limited resources, Alan, Alec, what you're saying is perfectly right. It's perfectly right. If you've got limited resources and you can't afford it. So if you've got to pick one, you'll pick the centre forward, obviously, at this present time. All I'm saying is, if there's cash there, you need to bring the left, him in, with a view to selling somebody on, and then look for the centre forward and bring him in. Now, everybody's on about Shankland. Me, personally, I would take Shankland at the right price, but it's got to be the right price to Rangers. And yet, you're not going to get him at the right price to Rangers because, as I said before, Hearts are holding all the aces.
Robert?
If the money's there to go and get a left back in this window, I think it's clear that Kilmarnock wants to bring players in that are going to be part of the squad going forward. And obviously, we know Barrett's contract's up at the end of the season, so it is a position we probably need to look at. Right now, I agree that the centre forward's probably the main priority, but just the way Clement's thinking and getting Silvering pretty early indicates that he obviously wants to kind of address the issues at hand. Obviously, we need a striker. Silver could be that player. I still think we need one more striker, and if that is Shankland, then I've got no qualms with that. But the Doig one, if you bring him in, you could probably try and get Barrett out this window to try and get some sort of money back. If not, he is going to go for nothing in the summer. So you're probably going to lose more money in the summer by bringing somebody in. But again, there could be somebody there that Clement can unearth as a number 2 behind Ridvan if he is back going forward. Whether it's an Adam Devine or somebody else in the academy that comes up, we don't know. That we just need to kind of wait and see how it plays out. But it's probably a position, I agree with what Port said, it's a position that we need to look at as well as the striker in midfield.
For me, it's been a problem for a long time, the left back position. And it's not, as you touched on, Alec, that position, pure internationals, you know, as much as Ridvan wasn't getting starts for Rangers, the Turkish international team were picking him whenever they had matches, and they started. I watched him a few times for Turkey when he was injured, so he was still getting selected. So that's how highly they think of him over here. So I'm with you as well, Albert. I do think he's got a future back home if he wants to go back home. As you said, for the right money, everybody's got a price at Rangers, in my opinion. I'm going to ask you a wee question in regards to Kieran Dowell today, guys. Did he further the day put himself in there to show that he could offer just be more than a squad player, AK?
Well, I didn't think he'd a bad game, but I didn't think he'd a great game either. He was very, methodical in his play and, setting up attacks, and kind of his position in the team is good because he is aware of what's happening round about him, just with the experience and the level that he's played at already. It's just does his body allow me to be on selection basically all the time? That's debatable. He's very much in the same bracket as Lawrence there for me. He's good technically. He can bring qualities to the team, but is he going to be reliable for future selection? Because it's an area of the team where we do have a lot of bodies. I just feel that priority now is 100% up front. We need strikers. We've let Cholak go, who had 18 goals last year. Sakala go, who had 12 league goals. I think Arfield did about 8 or 9 league goals. So they need to get replaced. And the guys that we're bringing in, for me, historically, their numbers, Lammers, Cifuentes, Dessers, Danilo, even the boy Silva that's come in there, they've no get their numbers consistently. So that's an area of the team. It's staring me in the face. And I know we haggle on the price, but why are we haggling on a price where this guy could come on and win us the league? I think he scored 18 goals there this year already. Portbury, correct me if I'm wrong there. That's a pretty significant return already for a Hearts team that aren't as good as us, but he's clinical in the position that he is. He's probably the best striker. He's one of us. What's holding us back? I think the money, if we are interested in Doig, that should be going to Shankland first and foremost before it goes elsewhere in the team. That's all I'm saying there.
Albert?
I don't disagree with it. Kieran Dowell. Kieran Dowell's
first, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's a great player. The boy's a great player. You can see it. The boy's got talent, real talent. I don't know if his injury problems, if he's going to keep being injuries, no use. He's like Roof, Jack, the rest of them are injured all the time. Lawrence, they're not good to us. They're just baggage. So if his body's going to allow him to play 20, 30, 40 games a season, he's an asset, definitely an asset, and he's better than just a squad player. Of course he is. But again, as Alex pointed out, it's down to his body. It's down to, can he handle it? I'm not saying as a player. I'm talking about his body. Can he handle it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know history tells you no. Then you ask the question, why is it Ibrox? Because we'll get enough of A-type players. We'll get more than enough of A-type players, all in big wages. So, to that point of view, no. To the point of view of skill, aye, he is a good player. I like him. I think he's a very good player. Good. He's got a good eye. He's got a good football brain as well. Aye, I like him a lot, and he's got a bit of dig. I think, by the way, just a quick one. I think you could use him as a backup left back. I do think he'd make a brilliant left back. I really do. Anyway, that's just me on a side issue on one of my tangents.
Yeah. Right, Alex has put his heart and he's basically cards all his cards on the table in regards to Shanklin, mate. What do you think?
Me, would I buy Shanklin?
I want to hear your honest opinion.
I would buy everything there for Shanklin to sign for Rangers, apart from the money. The money's going to be right. That's the only thing I say. Don't wreck our model just to bring him in. We can't do it anyway. And the fair play thing, I don't know how that pans out. If they're asking for, I don't know which they're going to ask for. Would that be encroach on the fair play carry on, which I believe we've had a warning of it before. So we need to watch all these things. But if it's just doing it a football reason, no, there's no reason not to bring him in. There's every reason to bring him in. But we'll go to, as I say, the price has got to be right. And I'm saying if you're going to go and argue with that ugly wee woman of Hearts, I can't remember her name, she's got all the aces. She's going to play hardball. Let Aberdeen, let Hearts done the last time. I mean, they wanted to sell us a player who was injured near enough for 6 months for £500,000 when he'd only 6 months left in his contract. So they try to get £500,000 for him. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're going to be up against. Somebody says there's the football price and then there's the Rangers price. Me personally, much would I pay? No more than 2.5, maybe 3 at a push, but would that be an add-on? 3. Nah, that's what I would pay. Are they going to accept that? I don't think so. As somebody's already pointed out in one of the podcasts, if they get third place, they're getting £5 million for Europe. So they're looking for him to get them to Europe. And if he keeps on scoring, I see that Alex said he scored today, and I'm going, well, there's another tenner on his price right away. So every time he scores, it's going up and up and up. All right, there's no more games to be played now, so this is it. I wish. But anyway, I would, for football reasons, Port, definitely I'd sign him, definitely. For if the price is right. If we can, there's a big list there. If we could get rid of any of them and substitute and subsidise bringing in Shanklin, aye, definitely. I know, I mean, they're all overpriced, mate. Every one of them's overpriced. So he's put up Danilo at 6, Dessers at 4, Lammers at 4, Davis at 4.5, Yilmaz at 5. I know, every one of them is overpriced. We're never going to get money back, that kind of money for any of the players. Maybe Yilmaz. Right. I think he's about £6-7 million. Sorry, mate, I'm ranting now.
Bear. I thought you were going to do a Wesley Grantham there. Come on down, the price is right.
Aye, but you say it's right, mate. You know what I'm saying? It's not football wise. Shanklin, goal scorer. We need a goal scorer. Well, what does this? It's no rocket science, is it? It's just money. It's just money, mate.
Right, a question being put to us, right? Is Shanklin better than Danilo? I'll tell you, Robert first.
If you're based on current form, you'd have to say aye, wouldn't you? I said it on the show the other night. Hearts have scored 20 goals prior to Saturday's game, and he scored 11 in the league alone. He's got more than 50% of their goal return. He's single-handedly carried them into that third spot. He's a proven goal scorer, we know that, and that's probably what we need. I got an injury, and then had another bit of form, and then obviously had another injury. So if you're looking for somebody that's consistent as a goal scorer, you'd probably have to say on merit and on paper just now, then Shanklin would probably be ahead of him. Does that mean that we're going to go and spend the cash? not really. But personally, I would go and spend a maximum £3 million on Shankland. He is going to get you goals. You're going to get a return from him, and it's not as a risk as such compared to the risk we've taken with your Dessers and your Lammers that you've mentioned there for that price as well. You're getting somebody that knows the back of the net.
Aye, I agree, mate. And what I always say is goals, sizes and shapes don't change no matter what level you're playing at. We've seen him scoring for Scotland. He's untried for me in Europe. But like I said, if he can score, and his ratio of goals at every level he's played at, by the way, from United, where we could have got him and he'll be left there, which really annoys me. Every level he's scored goals. He's come up through the footballing system, which I do like as well. But my only concern about him is one, the price. Like, I'm like Albert. I'm like you, Robert, as well. I wouldn't go with the £3 million mark for him. But what I think is, I've seen it in our group chat and stuff. I've seen it online as well on my platforms. What worries me is his style of play, and I don't think he's much quicker than what even Dessers is. And I wonder how long it would take us to get him up to speed to play in Kilmarnock's system. AK?
One word for you, Chris Boyd. He wasn't quick. He wasn't technical. He wasn't skillful. But he knew where the goal was. And he won his league. He just, for me, Shankland just looks like a Jamie Vardy type player. He wasn't the same down by. He played all the levels for the bottom leagues as well. Remained loyal to Leicester because he was a Leicester boy. Shankland's a Rangers fan. £2.5 million, right? Okay, but if we went with £2.5 million, give him maybe Lowry or Suter or Wright or whoever just to kind of sweeten the deal if need be. And if we did go on to win the league, you could have a clause in there where Hearts, if they dipped out to say third position and they lost out in their European money, well, you could have a clause in there to say, like, well, they're another £1.5 million, whatever. Because see, at the end of the day, I think if you win the Scottish League, I think you win like 4.3 million. So he's basically paid his transfer fee, but he's opened the gateway to Champions League. So I just think it's a no-brainer, guys. People haggling about the money, don't gear this. And I mean, I can get Bridgman's point of view. Don't let a club like Hearts, dictate to us a bit of price. But see, when you've looked at the players, the list that I gave you, and the money that was spent on the guys, this guy is a proven goal scorer in our league. He could be the difference. If you think he played there on Saturday at Celtic Park and he wouldn't have scored at least one, that was the difference between us winning the league and no winning the league.
I agree, man. I do not doubt his goal scoring record one bit. I don't doubt his goals. It just as I say, it's if you look at the work our centre forwards do, Danilo, even Dessers was expected to him for a Rangers number 9 at the moment under the current manager. I just don't see that enough movement, Alec. That's what I'm talking about, the movement in his game. I just don't know if I see that yet. But I'm not actually saying he can't do it. For me, he probably need to lose a stone and get fitter, because he's a number 9 at Rangers is expected to be a whole lot more than what we see him doing for Hearts. Albert?
A couple of things, Alec. One, I don't doubt he's guilty of scoring. I'm not going to say that. And the question was, is he better than Danilo? At goal scoring, definitely. He's better than Danilo, because I'm sick of watching the boy Danilo hitting the goalkeeper for 6 yards out. It's unbelievable how many times he's done that. Shankland wouldn't do that. They'd be all goals in my mind. So he'd be sitting with Rangers with 8 goals. He'd be probably sitting with about 18 goals at the moment. So that's I'm no arguing with his football credentials and his goal scoring credentials. But what I don't like your deal set up. I don't like that at all. I'm not going to have Rangers underwriting Hearts failure. No, that's not on, mate. That's not on. I'm not having that one at all. If they can't get to Europe for third place without Shankland, that's their problem, no ours. We're only talking about negotiating a player's contract, price for a player. And it's all down to price, mate. Let's no kid ourselves launched. I think Clement would bring him in if the price was right. No hesitation. He'd be there tomorrow. Actually, he really would. He'd be there tomorrow. But the fact of the matter is, if they're going to play hardball, which they will, because every club we play, they don't want to deal with. Do we all remember the Mark Allen carry on? Clubs don't want to deal with Rangers in Scotland. That's a fact, mate. And if they have to deal with, they're going to stick the zeros on the end, mate. And I don't agree to it. I'm not having it. So If we can't get a player to come in and score goals and win the league, well, the scouting system needs sacked rather than complain we didn't get Shankland. But your arguments are sound, mate. Absolutely sound. I say aye. A bit of arguments. Not an argument with you at all, mate. Not an argument with you at all. Financial, but I agree with part of your argument, but I don't agree with it all.
Robert, Shankland better than Danilo?
Aye. On current form, you'd have to say aye, wouldn't you? Because there's the goal scoring record that Shankland's got. So I know what you're saying about the movement, Paul. You don't see that, obviously, when he's at Hearts. That's probably a tactical thing for up. Under Clement, it could be a different style of player you're getting. You know he's confined the back of the net, but things like movement you can work on, your fitness, your overall off-the-ball work, that can all be worked on and improved on. We've seen how much an impact Clement can have on a player to make them change the way they've played and how quickly he can do it as well. So if he comes in, I don't expect that he's going to not do the hard yards, to be honest. I think he'll do that when he's asked. And again, he'll take kind of pride in joining the club that he supports. And as AK says, if he fires the goals to get us the league, he's got us a profit on his transfer already. Do you know what I mean? So you're winning your money's worth already. Just your quick point as well before I jump off, Port Bear. You mentioned Kieran Dowell there about, as he made a claim that he's not just a squad player. We're obviously losing Sima for the African Cup of Nations. We know Dowell's naturally a kind of wide right, wide left kind of player. Do you think he'll push up left mid that Sima's going to vacate during the month of January and have Lundstram and Sterling in the middle? Or do you think it'll be Amatondo or right? Who gets the jersey in that left spot?
It's a possibility, mate. I think it's only my opinion. I don't think, and Dowell would admit this, playing in that 6 or 8 role deeper in central midfield, he doesn't like that. Him and sort of Todd Cantwell would be probably fighting for the number 10 jersey, if you like. But I think Kieran Dowell could play left or right. But we've got Raskin coming back, so that we're really starting to fill up that sort of end of midfield with Dowell can then maybe go and make a mark further forward, mate. So it's a possibility. It's a definite possibility.
I don't think you need to worry about Sima. If he plays like the first half hour of the day for his country, I'll be sending him early.
That's what I'm saying. I was wishing him all the best, mate, but I hope they get knocked out.
Aye, so they are.
Well, lads, let's start wrapping this up. It was Clement's team who kicked off 2024 with a win, and it was as routine as they come, in my opinion. Final thoughts, all bear on the performance day and what's going to happen in the upcoming matches?
A great start of the year, mate. The 2024 with a win, it's superb, mate. Absolutely superb. I love the team's attitude today after what happened at the weekend. They showed character, and that's all we want. We want them to show character and keep digging in and get these victories. It was a good victory today. Really, really enjoyed it. Good victory against an awkward team. It could have been really, really awkward at one time, but we didn't allow it. So for that point, going forward, I trust the manager, Port. I really do. I think he'll get it right. Anybody he brings in, I trust what he brings in as well. I see him building a good team. This is just the start. Every week's another wee bit in place, another wee bit. Showed character the day. There's another wee bit. He knows these players can do it now. They can dig in. And he's still going to improve them. He's still going to add to the squad. But I'm optimistic, man. Definitely optimistic. Happy.
Good man. You know, there is a different feeling. And then obviously with the bounce back ability we've seen today as well. So I agree, mate. I agree. AK?
As all Bell said, it was all about your response to the defeat. We had to win the day. It wasn't really about performance, but victory was essential. Fortunately, we managed to bang in a few good goals, to entertain the crowd and send everybody home happy. So it's, I think, was it two and a bit weeks we break down now. So hopefully we get the business what the manager is looking for. So it's over to the board now, and time to refresh. The teams get the luxury of going out to Spain, hopefully a warmer climate for them. They can recharge the batteries and look to have a right tilt at the title and more trophies in the second part of the season. But thanks for having me on today, guys. Enjoyed that as usual.
Well said, Alec. Robert?
just echo what the guys have said already, mate. A good start, good response, good 3 points. Now time to go to Spain and work hard at that training camp. Hopefully get some boys in the door and get them integrated into the squad as soon as possible. See if there's any movement outwards, and then get back into the business and get the 3 points on the board at the next game. But this time will take to get the squad together, get the injuries back, and before you know it, you've got numbers in squad depth there to pick and choose from. So looking forward to the next couple of weeks, mate. Thanks for taking my call, and I'll speak to you soon.
Well said, mate, well said. I have to agree with you guys. I think, way to end, this wee run of games, we're getting to a winter break now, 2024, full steam ahead, get a few additions that we could need, as Alex says, to fire us into our 56th title. Can I thank Alec, Allbear, Robert, for part of the show today, Fox in the technical area, and I thank all the listeners, everybody on the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Loyal and all that. Thanks for your appreciation and your support. And we're going to sign off, troops. Good night. Thank you very much and Happy New Year.